Hi, and welcome to this week's Mortgage Broker broadcast. Over the past few weeks, we've talked about accountability. So it's ended up being another mini series. We had a mini series earlier in the year with Lee Rowland and about habits. And so recently, I've been picking up on accountability. So we had a week of overview of different types of accountability. We delved a little bit more into self accountability a few weeks ago. Last week was then looking at accountability partnerships in a bit more detail on the back of self accountability. And so the last one I wanted to look at is accountability when you're working with a mentor. So that's the topic in this week's podcast. But as always, before we get into the podcast, here's Lee Rowland with this week's Mortgage Broker Bulletin.
Thank you, Craig, and welcome to the 7th edition of the Mortgage Broker Bulletin. Today, I just want to talk about asking for help. Now, if you're in a larger company, you've obviously got a support system and a line manager. But for those of us who are self-employed, working on our own in small businesses, don't suffer in silence. Those really tough cases when you've looked all through criteria brain, sometimes a chat with a human being is the way forward. Now in South Wales, we've got a few little mortgage broker groups, all very pleasant, all very informative, all supporting each other. Not talking about Derek's trousers on his last TikTok video. All very supportive. Within CS Financial Group, there's also a help group. So this video was just to say, reach out to other brokers. There's many people in the same situation as you. And as I said, we're all here to help each other. Have a great week. Onwards, upwards and forwards. And let's help each other the best we can. Speak soon.
Thanks for that, Lee. Thanks for another week of the Mortgage Broker Bulletin and your input again into the podcast. So now onto the podcast. As I said, over the past few weeks, we've been talking about accountability. Accountability, I think, for me, is a crucial part of being self-employed. Being a successful mortgage broker and business owner is all about accountability. And we've looked at the different options, whether that's self-accountability, and then on the back of the self-accountability, we've looked at accountability partnerships within that. And so this week, the final week of the accountability mini-series, I wanted to look at working with a mentor, because that is really the final option that you have. Because being self-employed as a mortgage broker, as a business owner, as I've said before, comes with the freedom, comes with the flexibility, but then that comes with challenges. And one of those challenges is accountability. And I believe that every successful mortgage broker, business owner has some element of, you have to be self-accountable or have some accountability in whatever aspect that looks like. So like I say, in past weeks, we've talked about self-accountability, accountability partnerships. This week, I wanted to get into mentoring and coaching a little bit more from that point of view. So when you're looking at working with a mentor, you have got two options within that option as well. One is, I know mortgage brokers that work with group mentors. So like that's more of a group session where you're listening to other people, what they've got going on, what their successes and challenges they face, and you have your turn in that session. So that's one aspect of working with a mentor and having accountability. Or the other one is on a one-to-one basis. Obviously, I'm going to be biasing that because I know like the sort of mentoring and coaching that I offer is very much on a one-to-one basis. There's nothing wrong with the group session. It's a good step, and it's obviously good that you do have some accountability. But I think if you wanted to get stuff done, then and taking action and having that real one-to-one accountability and helping you grow your business, then just speeds up the process a little bit, and you are able to talk about issues that you're facing and getting to the point a lot quicker, rather than listening to in the group sessions where everybody else is talking about their issues before you get your turn. So, but as I've said, accountability is a crucial part of being a successful mortgage broker and business owner. And I think, like I say, accountability, when we're talking about mentoring and having a coach, this accountability is just part of it. And I wanted to sort of delve a little bit deeper, really focus on the accountability part of having a mentor. So when you look at being a successful mortgage broker, self-employed mortgage broker, business owner, accountability is just one aspect of working with a mentor. But what I wanted to do is look at the other benefits of accountability when you're working with a mentor. So I'm going to look at commitment reinforcement. I'm going to look at deadlines and milestones. I'm going to talk about regular check-ins as well, and feedback and course correction as well. I'll talk a little bit about that. And also the final one is about encouragement and support. So the first thing I want to look at is commitment reinforcement. So when you sort of set yourself goals, I talked about in the past few weeks about the importance of setting yourself goals when you want to hold yourself accountable. And so when you're looking at setting goals or making the commitments as a business owner to yourself, as a mortgage broker to yourself, it's easy to let them slide when there's sort of no one holding you accountable. So if you've got no one to answer to, it's easy to let them slide. It's easy to procrastinate in terms of what you're doing. It's easy to sort of say, "Oh, I've been busy doing this," and sort of not really give yourself excuses to why you've not achieved your commitments, achieved your goals. But when you're working with that mentor, somebody who's an external force in your business, but they're reminding you of your commitments and ensuring you sort of follow through with those commitments and follow through with your goals. So that gives you that commitment reinforcement. And the reinforcement that a mentor will give you is invaluable in maintaining the momentum, in sort of ensuring that you're staying focused on your goals and staying focused on your rejection. So that's why the benefits of working with a mentor in terms of the commitment reinforcement is a real benefit to you as a mortgage broker and business owner, because like I say, it just doesn't let you drift. A mentor will, like I say, hold you accountable, but you're really reinforcing the commitment you've given yourself in terms of your actions, in terms of your goals, in terms of what you wanted to achieve. Then moving on from that, the second part is that deadlines and milestones as well. So a mentor will help you establish the deadlines, help you establish those milestones for the tasks, for the projects, for what you wanting to achieve, and they will be giving you specific sort of timescales and benchmarks as well. And it will, with that, because you are setting the deadline, you are setting those timescales, it will give you that sense of urgency. It will give you that structure, which can prevent procrastination. It can prevent you stopping achieving what you want to achieve and keeping that momentum moving forward. I'll keep going back to that point of working with a mentor. They will keep that momentum of you moving forward. And I know that because even though I'm a mentor and I'm a coach, I have my own mentor and coach as well. And they help me keeping that momentum of my business sort of moving forward. So again, like I say, deadlines and milestones is important. The next aspect of that is about the regular check-ins as well. So having regular check-ins with your mentor and with your coach will provide you with opportunities to review your progress. So I've talked in the past about it's important of reviewing your progress, reviewing what you've achieved, reviewing what you've done, looking at today, looking at this week, looking at this month, looking at this year. It's always important to review. And when you've got a mentor and a coach, like I said, the group sessions, you can do that, or doing it on a one-to-one basis. You will have then the opportunity to review your progress, to then talk about the challenges that you're facing. You'll feel better about being able to discuss those challenges and maybe adjust sort of like your business plan and tweak those business plans and adjust your business plans with your sort of strategies you need to improve your growth and making sure you're on track with that. So, and when you know that you've got these regular check-in sessions, they can like motivate you to stay on track and making sure that you are consistent as well with your progression towards your goals. And these words will keep coming out in terms of consistency, progression, growth, persistence, all those sorts of things is about being successful as a mortgage broker and as a business owner. And also as well with the regular check-ins, you will do your reviewing. You obviously know you're working towards your goals, but it also allows you to celebrate your success as well, which again is an important part of being a successful mortgage broker and being held and having that accountability as well of celebrating your success, and then also as well identifying the areas for improvement as well on that basis. So that's the importance and the benefit of having those regular check-ins. Also, working with a mentor is that you will get feedback and direction correction or course correction, for want of a better word. So having that mentor will provide you with feedback on your work, helping you identify your strengths, helping you identify your weaknesses as well, and offering suggestions for improvement. As I've said before, a mentor is not somebody that is going to do the things for you. They are there to help you steer your ship in the right direction. And like I say, offering suggestions for improvement might be steering your ship in a little bit of a different direction than what you thought. However, it's all about improving your business. It's always about what you're wanting to achieve. And also as well, because having those feedback and course corrections, if you veer off course or you sort of encounter challenges or obstacles, your mentor can help you sort of navigate those challenges and tweak or make sort of changes in terms of the direction you were going, and helping you sort of get back on track to ultimately achieve what you wanted to achieve. Because you might veer off the course a little bit, you might need to change direction a little bit, but ultimately it's still your goal. It's still, the mentor is there still helping you to achieve your goals in terms of what you wanted to achieve and keeping you on track with those as well. And also what they will do is will give you sort of a different perspective on something you may have not thought. So talking through where you're going with the coach and talking through your plans and having that feedback, and once you're talking it through, they might give you a different perspective and sort of an insight that you may not have considered, and actually might change direction a little bit, or helping you support getting to that end goal quicker, and just giving you that different perspective. Somebody from the outside looking in will help you to sort of grow your business. So that's another benefit of the accountability when working with a mentor. And the last one is they're there to give you encouragement and support. So being a successful business owner or being self-employed mortgage broker, that career choice can be tough. We all understand those challenges that you face, and there'll be times where you will feel discouraged is a polite word, but there will be times where you're thinking, what the hell am I doing? Why am I doing this? Or you might feel overwhelmed as well. And so having that mentor or coach is somebody you can just having that reach out to, and they will give you the encouragement, they will give you that support, and just having that somewhere to vent, to sort of say, oh my God, literally, I'm at this point where I'm not sure this is for me and this is the right way for me to go. Just having that someone to vent to, who someone will listen, who's someone that's not having that sort of, that whatever you're coming out, whatever you're talking about, they're not thinking about how it can benefit them. It's not about that. It's about them, the mentor, listening to you. And just sometimes that's all you'll need. That, and then coming back with that encouragement and support just keeps you on track. And that's another benefit of accountability with working with a mentor as well. And again, like I say, they will help you stay on with a long-term vision. So offering that encouragement, offering that support, being somebody that you can just turn to and sort of vent to, again, will just help you stay focused on that. Because sometimes you just want to get it out. You just want to vent and rant, or just have that moment and feel better once you've spoken to somebody about it. You then move on and get back onto your clear path, get back onto your vision, get back onto your actions, get back into your goals, understand this is something you want to do, look at your long-term vision. And so, like I said, that's what the encouragement a mentor will give you. And that sort of, the mentor's belief in your abilities, because if you're working with the right mentor, that they will believe in you in the first place. So their belief in your abilities and reinforcing that to you will give you the confidence you need to persevere when you do face times of adversity. So that's sort of 5 points I've looked at. We've looked at commitment and reinforcement. We've looked at deadlines and milestones, regular check-ins as well as important, feedback, and obviously course correction. And the last one, looking at encouragement and support. So overall, when we're looking at, so that's looking at accountability with a mentor. Accountability when you're working with a mentor is not just about meeting the deadlines or sticking to a schedule or structure. It's about having somebody in your corner who cares about your success, who does care about what you're looking to achieve, and is committed to you, to helping you to maintain, to achieve your goals. That's what the mentor should be there. They're there to offer you support. They're there to hold you accountable. They're there to help you overcome obstacles, and ultimately growth, ultimately really achieve what you're wanting to achieve, not what they're wanting to achieve. It's about you and running your own race. So the mentor's there to help you, hold you accountable, to help you achieve what you're wanting to achieve, and actually caring about what you're wanting to do. So that's accountability. We've covered that over sort of 3 or 4 weeks. We've looked at accountability overall. We've looked at self-accountability. We've looked at accountability partnerships. We've looked at and finally this week looking at working with a mentor. And as I said right at the beginning, you've got accountability is key. You have to have accountability as a self-employed mortgage broker, as a business owner. So you've got to find out what works for you, whether that's self-accountability, whether that's accountability partnerships, whether that is having a mentor in a group session, or working on a one-to-one mentor, or working with a one-to-one mentor. Then you just got to find out what works for you. But as I said right at the beginning, just remember that accountability is not about perfection. It's all about progression. It's okay to stumble. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to fall short of your goals occasionally. And I mean occasionally, but what matters most is about learning from your mistakes, adapting from those mistakes, and keep moving forward. It's all about progression. It's all about growth. It's all about keeping moving forward. And as long as you stay committed to your vision, committed to your goals, and hold yourself accountable along the way, success will come. You will be successful as a mortgage broker. And I think that's the important thing, is you've got to look at the long-term vision that you are looking to achieve. And I think that's, as I've said, that like as a self-employed mortgage broker, you've got to have an element of self-accountability. That's what I said right at the beginning. And so you've got to have self-accountability in there. So yeah, hopefully the whole accountability sessions podcast that I've talked through have been useful. If you've got any thoughts, comments, or feedback on the podcast, as always, leaving them on the platform or where you listen to them or watch them, then leave them on there. DM me as well if you've got any thoughts, feedbacks. I'm okay with direct messages. I know a few people find that comfortable, so direct message me again as well, and I'll come back to you on that. Any thoughts, suggestions on podcasts for future episodes, or guest suggestions, then please let me know. And as always, don't forget, it's important to run your own race.